What is something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
The housing crash that was promised to you is not happening this year either. Maybe I'm doing YouTube wrong because I just want to provide you with the facts and the data, and I don't want to play on your emotions like so many other content creators. Because I know I could be making negative videos about the housing market and it will get tons of views and will cause people to not necessarily panic, but feel comfortable in their inaction. Look, I understand that we live in a society where negativity sells, and feeling angry about something or feeling outraged about something allows people in a collective to feel good in the sense that they've been wronged or things are out to get them. But I refuse to tell you a lie simply to get views and to get you emotionally riled up and to not act. I want to provide you with the data, the truth, the facts about what's happening in our housing market so you can be prepared to act accordingly. Look, if buying a home isn't right for you at this time, by all means, don't buy a home. But I want you to know what's actually happening and not being lied to, telling you that prices are going to come down 20, 30%. Real quick, before I move on in the video, go ahead and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It greatly helps out the channel. And if you want people to know the truth about the housing market, please do so and leave a comment. But the facts, which I'm going to show you later on in this video, graph by graph, number by number, shows an entirely different story. And we're heading into the spring buying season with very little inventory. No, we're not at historic lows like we were years prior, but we're very close. Now, I will give you some news that will tickle you. Open Door, yes, that Open Door, the Open Door that was buying up all the homes and then reselling them, they just laid off 22% of their staff. Now, I feel bad for the individuals that got laid off. It's never a good day when people get laid off, but this was coming. People knew that Open Door would soon be closed door. They overbid for homes, they paid too much for homes, and then when they put them on the market, they overpriced them and they could not sell them quick enough to make a profit or even break even. So now we see the detrimental impact of their foolishness when looking at the housing market or dealing with the housing market. And they have laid off 22% of their staff. Now we do have a sponsor for this video, the Harrison Group. We do have an app you can download, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, and you can search for homes throughout the Carolinas, and there's a higher section where you can see a list of our trusted vendors. You're looking for insurance? We have that. You're looking for a contractor? We have that. You need an attorney to do a closing? You have recommendations for that. If you need a separate attorney to handle estate stuff, we will have attorneys for that as well. On the app, you can search for homes. You can message my team and I directly from the app where you can get real-time feedback because you're in communication with us in real time regarding a specific home. So you don't have to download Zillow or Redfin or Realtor. You can download the app and reach out to us directly regarding the properties. You see, in this market where demand has come down, supply has come down even further. So without the supply and demand outpacing supply, prices are going to remain elevated. Now, I don't want to tell you that. I want to tell you prices are going to come down, homes are going to be more affordable, but the numbers are the numbers. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it or lie to you. And to add insult to injury, new construction for single family homes are down over 27% year over year. And because of the lack of inventory in other sectors, new home builders' confidence is actually increasing month over month as we've headed into 2023. So with less homes coming to the market from the resale side, meaning existing homes, new home builders are gaining more confidence in this market because they're the only ones that are bringing inventory to the market.
What is something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Another take of mine that may not be popular with many people watching this is that all issues regarding housing can be resolved with time. You give it enough time, it will resolve itself. In fact, according to a recent study from NAR, National Association of Realtors, they did a study on home ownership wealth gains, and since 2012, low-income homeowners' property value has increased over 75%.
What?
Between 2012 and 2022, the national median value of a home for a low-income homeowner has increased 75% or almost $100,000.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Now, when you contrast that against middle class homeowners, their appreciation has only gone up 68%. Now, I'll say only, that's still a lot. But the highest earners over this period is the low income homeowner that bought a low income property. So you can continue to wait for home prices to go down and think you're going to time the market. But I tell you, get in the market, get in where you fit in, where it makes sense to buy as opposed to rent. Now, I'm not saying if it costs significantly more to buy, then you should buy if you can rent for cheaper. But if you can get something that's apples to apples, by all means, get in where you can fit in and hold on to the property because you'll have a fixed mortgage rate. Get a 30-year mortgage, you'll have a fixed mortgage, so your monthly payment will not be increasing year over year as it would if you rented a home. You see, when you rent a home, that landlord can come to you and increase rents every single year. Now I have to go back to talking about inventory. According to a report that came out this week from Altos Research, now they track new listings throughout the country. New listings last week, there was a total of 66,000 nationally. But at this time last year, the same week, there was 100,000 new listings.
Oh no. Oh no, this isn't good.
So we have a drastically lower amount of inventory coming to the market. And of that 66,000, 25% of those homes are already under contract. So that just shows, even with elevated interest rates, there is a strong demand for housing right now. Look, most housing analysts said 2023 is going to be an awful year for housing. But here we are in April. All the major firms, Zillow, CoreLogic, Black Knight, are reporting month-over-month increases in home prices. So like others, I like listening to what other people have to say regarding the housing market, especially these national players. But I like to look at the data as well so I can see with my own eyes and reasonably conclude what's going to happen. And I told you last summer that there will be a housing crash in transactions. And that's exactly what has happened. At times since the summer, you've seen transactions fall over 30% year over year. Right now, presently, on the national scale, how much have prices come down? 15%? No. 10%? Gotta be 10%. No. 5%. Prices had to come down from the peak in 2022, had to come down 5%. No. Nationally, prices are only down about 2.5%. But that's not the kicker. You see, waiting a year for prices to crash and to come down costs the average person $700 to $800 a month. An additional $700 to $800 a month. Because interest rates last year compared to this year at this time were significantly lower. So yes, prices may have come down 2.5%. If that's the crash you wanted, you got it. But it costs you more, significantly more month on month because you waited and because you listened to all of these pundits and YouTubers and people talking about a housing crash that, I'm sorry to tell you, they lied to you. They were hoping for a housing crash and were playing on your emotions, knowing that negativity will draw you in, get you to feel something, and you all can rally together in arms. But the truth of the matter is, home prices have remained relatively flat, and it just costs more to buy a home right now. And I'll do another video talking about how credit has tightened because of the uncertainty regarding the banking sector in our country.